What up? What up? What up? What up, people? It is that time again. Time for some more streaming. I need my microphone set up or you can't hear me. I know I'm late, but work has been killing me and I've just been like a zombie afterwards. Also, I'm working on some new concept things for this art show that I'm going to March 30th. And stuff, so plus I have a bookcase I'm building for my sister-in-law that has been causing me nothing but problems, and then with like the way work has been, just don't even have the energy and it's a mess, but I'm here now, so let's boogie oogie oogie. Hey, what's up? Well, I'm here now. Let's do the thing. Invite the group. You're invited to the group. Now I'm waiting on you. Accept it. Accept it. Okay, you want to invite me? Fine. Fine. Whatever you say. We're here now. Let's do this. Huh? Oh, make the party invite only.
That's what I was doing, boy.
Is it done? Is it done? Is it? Did you do it?
Mayhem, mystery,
mystery to start off. Is it?
We had so much luck.
Is it set to invite only? You did that? It's done. Done. It's done.
Yes.
Right.
We're gonna do mystery, and then mayhem. Actually, the games take too long, so that's not a good idea.
Okay. Put my glasses on so I can see and make these amazing shots. Do you have the sound from the TV on?
Yep.
Can you turn that off? Thank you. System's not ready. Small memo at the controls. Well, that.
Holy shit!
I
Oh
didn't
my
work.
god!
I just jumped off the cliff.
How am I so bad at this?
This is a skirmish, right?
Always leave yourself a back door.
Yeah.
Right.
I got May.
I got Widow.
Hey. Last minute check. Everyone squared away?
Yeah, that was a bad out of 10.
I don't know how to be May here.
It's gonna be me.
I'm just gonna stay with Reinhardt, I guess.
I got a little bit of grapple practice with Pathfinder, so maybe I could be a little bit better with Widow. Oh, holy shit buckets.
I was trying so hard trying to find a place I could set that up at.
Never stop fighting for what
No,
you
I'm Anna.
believe in.
Because I did so well with the last sniper.
Oh my god, I'm so bad, baby.
I think someone's coming behind us. I think.
Probably.
I could be wrong.
I froze ice block, man. They were like the worst walls in the history of Overwatch. Got Bastion.
Yep, someone's behind us. Zenyatta.
Oh shit! No, guys, damn it! Alright, all of a sudden Roadhouse hooked me.
Roadhouse dead.
I got Diva out of there too.
Oh, I just shot the box in front of me.
It's going pretty well. Are you still
Yeah, I
there?
died. I'm Anna now. Yep.
See, soldier's behind us. Shit.
Soldier's dead.
Damn it! I know. I was right behind you. I was hoping I could res somebody before. I fucking got like completely killed by a back shot. Like the Helix rocket hit the wall behind me.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
I tried, guys. Oh, God! I tried. This is horrible. I'm trying, I'm coming.
Jeez Louise.
Ah. Did a lot of damage to Moira.
We're all soldiers now.
Winston reporting.
Ash here.
I'm hacked. Damn.
Damn. Come on! Ah!
Oh man.
Oh, he'll drop it, thing, soldier, drop it. Yeah.
It's a perfect day for some bait.
Okay, pretty good. Oh, what? Oh, there was an orb somewhere. Oh god, I'm Sigma. Well, I don't think I'll be saving the day.
Barrier in place.
Oh, Barrett just blew my face off.
Oh shit. Got her.
Nice.
I'm almost dead though.
I'm fire now.
Protect the innocent.
Alright. Good shit, guys.
Let's go. Let's go. There can be only one Farabee.
I need help so bad.
Oh, you're still Sigma. Nice.
Get her. Oh shit. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I have 15 health. Oh god. Oh god.
Die, die, die.
I had to go back for health.
Oh, I'm dead.
Guys, get there.
I am Reaper.
Well, for Sigma,
Yeah.
I think I did pretty good. Especially like most of the time I had like less than 100 health. Diva! Oh god, it's not gonna matter. Well,
That was Overwatch. Yeah.
you wanna do classic?
Go back to the game mode back when we loved the game.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Classic should also let you have like as many of one character as you want.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of this garlic aioli stuff. I don't know if you want to try the garlic
Not a fan of
aioli
what?
stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be
Yeah, like the
weird,
garlic's
right?
not too bad, but it's like you taste too much mayonnaise in it. And it's just like the texture of the mac and cheese kind of makes you feel like just globs of mayonnaise.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Cause like I don't think aioli usually really tastes like mayonnaise. I know it's like very similar to mayonnaise. I feel like it doesn't usually like
Yeah,
taste
it's like
it.
it's not enough garlic flavor in it or something. We're attacking Paris. I don't even know what Paris looks like.
Paris is not a fun map.
I'll be watching over you.
I feel like attacking on second point, like you're so far away.
I need to draw some Overwatch characters. That's what I should do.
I mean, this worked out really well for us last time,
A moment to enjoy some
so I'm hopeful. Look at this Omnic thing, this vodka thing.
Everyone
Isn't that
Yeah.
cool? I want that poster. Maybe I should draw that.
Yeah.
I can draw that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commence.
Let's go get them, babe.
Jesus. There's a Bastion. This is gonna be fun. We have
Someone's
a
back
Bastion
here.
and, like,
Oh.
no fucking
We got a
shield.
somber back. Oh, she's dead. It was a
Where?
tracer.
Okay.
I've got you, Chiquita.
Alright, we got a couple people down.
Right beside you.
Come out me. Ooh. Alright, leave me. Yeah, May! May knocked me out. May get me. Oh, yay! That was like the last second you could have. Good shit, baby. Good
Let's
job,
go.
baby.
Let me put my face cam on so people can see how excited I am.
Fire. Come on, try me.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on
I heard they were gonna add like the ping system in Overwatch. Did they ever do that? Is there a button we can like say there's the ping
Add
system?
what?
Like where you can say there's people.
I did, yeah, they did. Someone said that something at one point, but I don't know.
I'm about to die.
Alright. Ah!
Shit.
Oh shit,
Sorry,
baby, I'm sorry.
I stopped
I was
the
still
res
here.
to try to get away. I should have just continued the res. But we got a Tourbillon on the point who's just capping.
I know, I'm
I must
trying
go
to
where I'm needed. Your
assist.
support has arrived. Let me handle
We got this. Ash.
My ultimate is charging.
Shit, it didn't fly. Fuck. Shit, why did it stop flying? Probably some Symmetra. That happens to me a lot.
Shit. That Bastion in the corner's gotta go. He got.
Yeah, we
Gots
should
to
just all
go.
die. But I threw away my fucking thing because I was trying to throw it into the room, but it had
Let's go
enough
where
room
I'm
to
needed.
fly. Like, it had enough time left, but it didn't. I wonder if, like, Symmetra's turret was hitting
Maybe.
it and slowed it down. Alright, where should we go? Just
Yeah, I'm
wherever the
just
rest
trying
of
to
them
get
go?
there and keep Brigitte alive. Brigitte.
Oh, well, they're dead.
Oh,
Get out of there. Go
yeah.
to the right, you see me?
Oh no. Shit.
Alright, I'm coming over there with you.
Did you, their Farah said, justice reigns from above.
Oh, jeez. Tons
shit.
of turrets. Get the
And
fuck
Diva
out.
was like, good thing I brought an umbrella. Like your character. That's like really hilarious.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go there.
Brigitte's pushing.
Like, alright, attack Torbjorn. Let's try something else. Huh?
Now he's feeding Tourbillon.
Well, we're all kind of feeding. There's no plan
Yeah, but he
here.
just ran straight in. He might even had his hammer out. Alright, so should I switch?
Starting over from the beginning.
It's too late now, but next death.
No, I don't think you need to switch. Like, I think, like, the health you're doing is good. I think our problem is we're not having enough damage. Like, we need burst damage because there's shields and... Let's wait for them to come back. Or maybe we can't. Because like between the Barret and the Bastion, the Symmetra, like we need to be able to like push.
60 seconds remaining.
Where does it hurt? We still need you. Till Valhalla. Helden sterben nicht.
Oh shit! Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that time I'm the worst. I suck. I should stop playing. I'm literally the worst.
No, I can't see you. Alright, we got it. In
Yay!
your face.
No thanks to
All
me.
thanks to you.
Oh my god, no. That was horrible.
Play of the game.
So last time my fucking bomb got slowed down, and like I know it did. Like it was flying and it didn't go as far as it should. That time I just threw it. Fucking. It went over up on the stage thing in the back and into that room. Like I fucked it up that bad.
Nice.
What you got? Oh my god, he's got a knife.
Mark, where did they get
He's
a
got a
knife?
knife. Oh my gosh. The
Oh.
letter opener. Well, we won one, so we'll stay in until we lose. Then I'll
17
smoke.
more.
We'll try a new queue. But we gotta try to get 4 more wins somehow.
Win.
And hopefully Opie can entertain himself. Go meet this bone. You were doing so
He
good
is
with
entertaining
this
himself. He's
bone.
eating knives.
Oh, look at that. Oh, no, it's mine. Mine.
Welcome to reality.
And my fingers hurt.
Prepare your defenses.
It's like not, it hasn't even been that cold out. Like,
Select your hero.
I felt my hands were getting better.
No, you using working
I
hands?
bought my own container from Harbor Freight the other day.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do we need? Defending at Rialto. I guess we need tanks, right?
Yeah, you could do a Winston
Somebody just
or a
picked the
Risa.
Risa.
You could
I'll do
do
Winston, I guess.
a Farah if you want.
Can't wait to see you all in action.
Haven't been able to play her in a
Yeah.
while.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Hanzo.
We got a Hanzo.
Oh, I hear Hanzo. Somebody else is Hanzo.
Ready to roll.
I forget who I played last time we played. I played someone here and it was a lot of fun. I think it might have been Moira.
Where is your position?
Why are we grouping up here? Literally like behind them. Like by the bridge?
Attackers incoming.
I don't understand why, but I mean, I'm a team player.
Somebody just died. Moira just killed herself?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Oh God! They knocked me
Yeah, I
off.
got knocked
Arisa
off,
knocked
too.
me off. You too. Good plan, Arisa.
you dumbass Arisa bitch.
Well, both of us were like in a position to get thrown off. So I mean, we probably should have
Well,
called her.
it's her. She's a robot. She doesn't have feelings.
So much for that plan. God, there's way too many shields. This sucks. This sucks horribly.
Yeah, they're like all tanks.
I'm healing you, babe. Not much
No,
I
they're
can
not all
do.
tanks. There's 3 tanks.
So many shields.
Oh, our Arisa.
Like, they're just, like,
switched,
ignoring
so I
me.
guess I'll be Arisa.
Your safety is my primary concern.
Get him, get him. He's so close. Yay!
Here comes the dumbass Arisa bitch. Yep.
Oh, you got a reason now? Watch out! Roadhog behind us.
Well, that was crazy. Like, Arisa, like, picked me up, and then Roadhog, like, snatched me out of the air.
I chased Roadhog down and killed him, but then they chased me. Oh my god, we're only a minute in. That was like the longest. How many times did I die in a minute? Maybe they give you more than 4 minutes. I feel like it had to be more than that. Oh god, thank god. He fucking, I was just using my special to save you, and he fucking knocked me down. Like, thank god he knocked me down, or I would have wasted my special.
Well, his hammer down, that's what
that
killed
worked out
me,
really well, actually. You're so close! Oh, Risa, get her, Moira! This is why I can't stream, and I hope I'm muted on yours.
You're not.
Because I.
But people, that's what streaming is. People love it.
Alright, baby. Do this. Let's end it right here. We gotta hold it right here for 2 minutes.
There goes that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Hey, Mercy, get her!
I was reloading her. That bitch would have died. Now.
You didn't get her up, right?
Reaper's dead.
I don't even know who she was trying to get.
I guess.
Alright, watch out. Fuck him up. Haha. Dead Reinhardt. Oh, I can't save you. Who on our team died? Someone died.
Yeah, I don't know. Come
I'm
on,
not
Tracer,
chasing
come
him.
back. Yeah, what's... Oh, we got a Roadhog on the point.
Oh, coming. Watch out. Is he gone? Where'd he go?
He's dead.
Oh shit, I left.
Yeah.
Get him. Alright, group up around me, if you can. I can, special. We can hold him here. Alright, don't even need to. Yeah, we can really hold him here. Woo woo. 30 seconds, we got this. I got my special. Call
Okay.
it out if you need it.
Here we go.
Hopefully you're in range, because as soon as you say it, I'm fucking dropping the beat. I'm not giving you a
Oh,
second.
Roadhog on the point. Yep.
Did I get you? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We're losing it. We're losing it. Yes! No, I'm down! Shit. Damn it. I'm so disappointed. That was so good. I really want
Mercy
to.
got
Gotta keep it
the
moving.
red
if
off,
we're gonna
but
keep playing
died
the game.
doing it.
Jeez.
Oh.
Oh, baby. Oh, just got here.
Roadhog was just saved by a light pole.
That's a lie. I was here earlier. I was sailing back.
That's a lie. I was here not doing anything.
I was healing back shit because he was really close to death.
I appreciate you being honest with me. You could have just told me you just got there. I would have had no idea.
No, jeez. We gotta get out of this room. Why are we in this room with Bastion? Fuck Bastion. Like, back fucking everybody up because they're just marching it all along while the rest of us are in the room with Bastion, like, fighting out of, like, a door. Bastion is unfortunate. Fuck you, Bastion. You ruin everything. Like, for real, you've got to group up over here.
Yeah, Bastion was the eraser, so he was a team player and then decided.
No, yeah, he's ruining the game. Because he's nowhere near the point.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Group up with me.
Alright, now he's dead.
I could use some healing. Okay.
I'm here.
Mercy's got that res off. And Mercy's now dead.
A Tracer or Moira?
Yeah, congratulations. You played yourself.
30 seconds remaining.
Alright. Alright, do not let them see. They're behind, they're behind.
I'm going.
10 seconds remaining.
Yay!
Boom, 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 bow. Bow.
3 more wins.
Oh, I thought that was me for a second.
But you, the other one? Well, my choice between Bastion and Tracer, I guess I gotta give it to Bastion. Hanzo I saw a lot. He gets it. Tracer was definitely not a team player. Woot woot.
Okay, okay. So like this and like last time we played it, it seems like it's better. It's a better game. I don't know if like the shitheads stopped playing or what the dealio is.
Or like, because we're in the arcade,
maybe.
I think. Somehow that's helping us. But I mean, we could just as easily be on the other team.
Right, but it's a
I mean, it's always also helpful because we're always playing supports and tanks.
But I mean, we're playing arcade, and I don't know. I don't know. I had a point I was gonna get to.
I know we have definitely been lucky. It's been a good time. Last time in this one. We still got 3 to go though.
Yeah.
And it's 11:15.
Stop jinxing us.
It'll be tough, but
What do we need? We need tanks.
tanks and supports.
We're attacking Busan. Let's switch it up, and I'm gonna try. Nah, that's a mistake.
This one has good sight lines, so like if you wanna like be Hanzo or some shit.
Your safety is my primary. I will simulate our upcoming mission to identify all possible.
Like we have Sombra and Reaper.